And we are live.
Hey everyone, it's Steve and Lacey from Duo Reacts coming to you live.
How's everybody doing?
Hope everyone's having a great day.
We'll give everybody a few minutes to get in. I know that we were supposed to do a live stream yesterday about Lost, but we ended up having to do it tonight, so I hope that's not too much of an inconvenience for everybody, but
yeah, life happens and we're here now, so we're here.
Lost. The Mighty Odin.
Lost.
Yes, we are very excited to be talking about Lost. You guys know that we just watched the season finale. Just went up on YouTube yesterday. Yeah, that was some finale.
Yep.
Iraqi Monster, hello. Wendy, yo. But yeah, Lost. It's been an amazing experience for both of us. A long journey, for sure, but worth it.
Yes, yeah. Starting with the first episode, it did lure me in. Every season was absolutely great. I cannot really pick out too many that I didn't enjoy. Frustration and confusion did set in. Yeah. I will admit that many times.
Yeah.
But that's kind of my way of making it fun for me. Not completely understanding what's going on, when in reality, it was always about it was a character-driven show. And how everything kind of fell into place.
Yes.
For them finally in their lives.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that. The ending was worth the wait and the time that we put in.
Yeah.
It really was. Definitely, people were asking, where does this rank in your shows? And
yes, I do think that was one of the questions that we wanted to get to. So, yeah, we'll wait to answer that one, though, because that one's kind of, a lot goes into that, ranking it, through all of our shows, but, okay, I just want to say hi to a few of you guys. Rachel, yes, Queen,
yes.
Rachel, Queen, Frozen Piper 2, hi. Hyrule, hello.
Iraqi Monster asked, will you guys react to Fear the Walking Dead? We are.
We are reacting to Fear the Walking Dead. We are...
Tell them the plan there.
Into Season 3. We've started Season 3 over on our Patreon. We just watched Episode 4, I believe, last week or this week.
Excellent episode, by the way. Excellent episode. No spoilers coming out of my mouth. Go check it out because... it is getting very good over on the Fear front. So
yes, and those won't be edited down for YouTube until after The Walking Dead part 2 or B or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, until that comes to an end. So when that comes to an end, Fear will replace that. So that's hopefully that answers your question, that we are already reacting to it over on our Patreon page, so you can see the full reactions over there. And then, once The Walking Dead comes to a close for B, you guys will see some Fear.
We have seen a lot of Fear comments, obviously, and we try to address those as we go out. So if you're interested in that, it is being done, but like she said, it'll be going up after The Walking Dead concludes this next time. Then the array of fear will come.
Yeah. The Mighty Odin says, Juliet said unplug it and then plug it back in about the vending machine, and that's what they did on the island with the cork.
I never, connected the two.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely an interesting little thing that they put in there. That's what needed to be done, basically.
Right.
Almost like a reset.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Robert Lyle says, good evening, everyone. Stephen Lacey, it's been so much fun watching you through the journey of my favorite show. We're definitely glad that we got to experience this journey. Well, Steve mostly got to experience this journey with all of you guys. My second watch with all of you guys has been great and definitely eye-opening because I missed a whole lot. So it's been definitely very fun for both of us.
And it's been a lot of years, since you've
A lot
watched
of
it.
years. A lot of years.
So I get that. I get that completely.
Cube says, it's nice to see you out of those chains, Steve.
Finally, right?
Man in Black. Is he the Man in Black?
He could be. He's releasing me.
How does he know that you're in chains sometimes?
Really, Lacey.
Anyway. Frank Chase. Hi, I really enjoyed watching your Lost reactions. It was a bit weird for me timing-wise because February 25th was the date I got married many years ago for 10 years, but when... Okay, well, he just kept going. Okay, sorry. Well, I'm sorry that your ex left you, and I'm sorry that the timing was weird, but I'm glad that you got to join us on this journey. Definitely, it's been amazing, and I love that all of you got to watch it with us. And got to experience Steve's first time watching, and experience me blunder my way through and try not to spoil the best I can, and we're glad all of you got to experience that with us. So,
and Frank, good things come. So, and I'm sure you're already on that path. So keep it up. Things do get better.
Let's see. He said, oh, that's the finish. He is. My life has been lost ever since. I'm alone with no family, living poor on disability now. Things get better, Frank. I'm sorry that you're going through that, but just try and stay as positive as possible. I know that's hard right now, but just try and stay as positive as possible because that's the only thing you can do. Be positive and know in your heart that things will get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they do. And they do. Life is a beautiful thing. It really does. You just have to find your own path, kind of like in Lost. I mean,
find a new path.
Yeah. Let down those walls. Be you and enjoy life. That's my kind of my motto. Yeah. Even when the hardest things in life hit you, you got to put one foot in front of the other and take that next step. Sometimes you feel like you can't. You just need to, and you'll walk your way out of it again. I mean, you will.
We'll say kitty lovers. Thank you so much for your super chat. He wants to know, what was your favorite season?
You know what? I would say I'd have to go back to the first season, to be super honest with you.
Okay.
A lot of things that happen there definitely flow into the whole journey. And I was captivated from season 1 to keep going because it just kept building and getting better.
Yes.
And more confusing, but even better. So season 1, yes, absolutely. Favorite episode, obviously, the last episode was just a mind-blowing, emotional wreck, fun, and it felt good. It felt good. That, I don't know that you can put on another face for the ending of this. And yeah, it definitely hits you emotionally, especially, I think as you get older, I've read in the comments too, this show makes more sense to you because of the way things play out and kind of how we all like to end up, I think.
I think, and I would have to say that my favorite season was probably season 6, the last season, which may be unpopular opinion, I don't know. But a lot of it is because of the flash sideways, because of how beautifully that was written and how beautifully it all came together in the end. Like, even though, you know, when you're seeing it, you may be confused and like, what does this all mean? The way it all comes together is so beautifully done that I would say season 6 is my favorite season.
Yeah, very good question. But season 1 for me was the staple, kind of like Game of Thrones when we started that. I'm sorry to get off of that, but prime example.
Yeah.
You got to have something hit you from the get go. At least for me, I'm not a slow moving. I like things happening.
Right.
And for Lost, it's non-stop the whole way through.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy that. I did enjoy it. I loved how everything came together at the end for me. I did a lot of soul searching before I watched that last episode, believe it or not, because I just wanted to let it happen organically.
Yeah.
Sit back, take it in, don't be frustrated, just live in the moment, and it worked for me.
Exactly.
For me, that is.
Yeah. Let's see. Circuit wants to know, would you say it's in your top 5 shows?
I'm going to answer that question a little bit, but yes.
Okay.
And I think you'll be surprised what I'm going to answer about that.
Okay.
Unless you want me to do it now.
Oh, that's part of your top 5 shows. We'll answer that more in depth here in a little bit.
Right.
Because we do have some questions from some patrons that we're going to go over.
And we want questions from you as well. This is your time to interact with us.
Right.
Obviously, we're always on Zoom. You can pick our mind there as well. Come over, join, after this. If you don't feel comfortable here or you don't get your question answered, come over and ask us there.
Yeah.
Be more than happy to have a Lost conversation. Sometimes when you're on camera, you forget 90% of what you want to talk about. You talk about 10%.
Right. You end up talking about other things sometimes, and then time gets away from you. And yeah, but yeah, we'll definitely be on Zoom after we leave from here. So if any of you guys are patrons or want to become patrons, we'll be in a Zoom after we leave from this live stream, where it'll be more one-on-one experience. So
yes.
If you want to come and ask us more questions, if we miss you in here or whatever, we'd be happy to have you over there.
I will be honest, when this show ended and I walked off camera and I had let everything process, I raised my hand up like I made a touchdown because it was like I made it. I honest to God did. That's exactly what I did. I did it right over there. I was like, yes, I finally did it,
Yeah.
But it was also bittersweet.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Andy Pickles.
Bears.
Andy Pickles says, Lapidus.
Right? Frank.
Frank, forever the enigma with Steve. Frank.
If you saw that edit Jordan did, he did an incredible job, made me laugh.
Made me laugh too. It was
because I was
funny.
Hell bent on Frank being something, and any kind of did.
He ended up saving some lives there at the end, so him being a pilot definitely...
yeah.
He was just a pilot, but an important pilot.
Hairiest chested pilot I've ever seen.
Yep, but... Oh, geez. John Spartan, Lacey and Steve, hope you both are doing amazing. Absolutely love your reactions and discussions. Thank you, John Spartan, very much. Sage, go Bears.
Yes. The Bears.
Da Bears.
Yeah. Forever for me.
Mick Portraits, hi from Italy.
Hey. That sounds really good. Italian tonight.
You want some Italian food tonight?
Or tacos.
You're reminding him of Italian food. Or tacos? It's like 2 totally different things.
Look, if I ever go to Italy, trust me, I'm going to hit some authentic Italian restaurants and drink a lot of wine. I have a feeling. If I ever get there.
So you're saying that you're going to be very drunk in Italy?
No. No.
No, just a lot of wine.
Yeah.
So you'll be very drunk on wine.
No.
Steven says, glad you two like The Flash Sideways. At the time of airing, a lot of people misinterpreted what it was. Lost has an odd reputation as being one of the worst endings. I disagree with that. Love your reactions. I disagree with that as well, Stephen.
You have a great name.
You have a great name, but you also have I agree with your opinion that Lost, I think it was a wonderful ending, and I think maybe some people didn't understand the ending, and maybe that's why they disliked it, or it didn't end maybe how they thought it would end, so they disliked it. But I think it was a very beautiful ending.
You know what? No matter if a show is brilliant, there's always going to be 10% or 30%, whatever, that just don't like it. Maybe it didn't go their way. And you know what? We're not the writers of the content, but I'm going to tell you something right now. This was written so beautifully. The music, the writing, the characters, the location. I still cannot believe that it's that old and looks that fresh still on screen. It's an amazing journey. And the frustration people feel, I just can't agree with that. I was frustrated during, and a lot of you probably thought that this last video was going to be a lot different. And then again, I think I shocked some people. I really loved it. I really did.
I mean, he practically cried the entire episode.
That's a lie. She
saying.
was pinching me off camera, prompting me.
That's what was happening. Sure. My pinches are so hard. And I'd like to just point out that Corey donated $5 just to let you know that the Bears suck.
You know what? That would be Corey.
Thanks for the $5, Corey, but not for the Bears suck comment,
I'm going to take that $5 and buy me a Bears sticker.
Tiffany Stanbury says, hey, from here in New Hampshire, and that's funny, I just made tacos. I'm pretty sure that I'm making tacos tomorrow, actually.
You know what, Tiffany? You need to try her salsa. That's what makes it. I'm telling you right now, some people in here might even agree because they've tried it when we were on vacation with them, because we like to do that, with our mod team and whatnot. And absolute blast of a time. I cannot tell you, I don't know why I'm going off tangent on this, but...
You're talking about how much everybody loved my tacos and the salsa.
Yeah, yeah. It's incredible.
I make very good tacos and very good homemade salsa, and I get
Really?
lots of praise for it. And I agree, I make the most delicious salsa ever. And a lot of people say that I could sell it.
You see what Michael Drake wrote? I'm trying to point at it.
Michael. Steve did cry. Yes, he did, Michael. Let's not let him off the hook about this. He cried.
You know what?
I cried, but then again, I cry all the time.
I'm a young 50-year-old who got hit in the feels, and you know what? I'm okay with that. I think it's good for everyone to let out their emotion, not hold it in, let it out. And I had to step off camera a couple times because, to be honest with you, I couldn't stop it. It hit me so hard. I've just never had that experience with, a series. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you definitely had the feels for multiple characters and the moments that they had, and you'd have to be pretty cold-hearted not to at least feel something in them moments, I would say. I
do look at Sir Kit. He asked if we have watched the Hunger Games movies. Unfortunately, we have.
We have.
It's been a long time, but yeah, I wish to God that was something that we didn't know we were going to be reacting, at that time.
Yeah.
And we did watch it.
I watched the Hunger Game movies a long time ago, like when they first came out. Steve watched them shortly after that because of how much I liked them. My daughter loves the Hunger Game movies, so she has like all of them. She has all the books, so we've definitely seen the Hunger Games.
See, we're going to be honest about what we've
Yeah,
watched, and
and
if we say it in here, we stand by it. You know, we're not going to watch something we've already watched before. That's just not fun for us. And trust me, there's so much content out there. We should never have to watch something or rewatch it. So that's the fun part about it.
yeah,
That's what we're kind of getting into in the future shows is more things Lacey hasn't seen.
because we both want to,
Enjoy.
right? And I don't want to have to be constantly afraid of saying the wrong things or accidentally spoiling when I don't mean to, or things like that. That, you know, sometimes I get, you know, criticized in the past for with Lost or with Game of Thrones. So from now on, we do kind of want to try our best to stick to shows that both of us have not seen.
Correct.
So that way, we, you know, to avoid that and to make it more fun for both of us. Although
Even though-
Lost was very fun for me as well.
You know, the two shows that you watched that I didn't
Yeah,
ended up being incredible.
I agree.
So it was definitely worth that. I don't know that we want to go back down those roads of stuff that she hasn't watched. So, meaning Lacey. You know,
Jerry, thank you. The tacos and salsa were great.
Jerry is
See?
amazing.
And-
Love you, Jerry. This is a good friend of mine that I've developed over the years through this channel. He lives in California and just an amazing individual. Thank you, Jerry.
Fortune Quest Venture says 50 question mark. You look 40.
I like you even more.
I agree with you, Fortune. I don't think he looks his age at all either. But then again, people say I don't look my age either. So
It's
I don't-
it's the water.
is it the water?
It's the water.
Oh my god. Let's see. Have we watched the Maze Runner movies?
No,
No.
I didn't even know there was a.
I've heard of Maze Runner, but we have. I know I haven't seen it, and if I haven't seen it, Steve has definitely never seen it. So
I don't even know what that is. Is that like that game where they run and they do lines and then you blow up type thing? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Toxicity, you can answer. I don't know.
With no gray hair, do you use Just for Men or something?
I do.
He does,
do.
and he does have some grays. He gets them in his beard a little bit, and like in his little sideburn.
I'm glad you asked
areas.
that. Yeah, I you know, sometimes it's right in here, it just looks kind of, it's not coming through like I'd want it to.
I don't mind his gray hairs that come through. I think it looks just fine and makes him look distinguished, and you know, I think it looks great. But
You know-
he doesn't. Yeah.
But most of it is the natural color. But
Yeah.
yeah, I do use Just for Men. So any of you guys over 50, yeah, it's okay. It's absolutely fine.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, you're gonna get them.
No different than you know, when you dye your hair a different color.
About when I turned 48, I started noticing them kind of coming through, but it's more sporadic now. And yeah, I still want to, you know, capture some of my youth through. Oh, great. Sorry.
Alan's Green Room said, "Hi, please react to Lost bloopers. They're so funny, especially Navene's." I'm pretty sure we will be watching them. I don't know that we'll react to them yet. I don't know for sure, so we'll see about that. But we'll definitely watch them in like a watch party or something like that. That, you know, would be over on our Patreon. We might even do it tonight after we get done with this live stream. I don't know. Lewis says, "Your daughter, you two have babies?" Yes, we have 3.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
3 babies. They're
Yep.
not babies anymore.
And I have 2 older boys from.
He-
There's something up on the top there.
Oh, let me scroll back
if
up.
we miss you or something.
I think I might have missed somebody here. Let me see. Nope, I did not. Not yet, anyway.
Anyway, yeah, I have 2 older boys. 20, what was that? 24 now?
Yes, Steve.
24 and 22.
24 and 22.
And then, yeah.
Okay, there's the one that...
Oh.
Okay. Robert Lyle, thank you so much for your super chat. What unanswered question is driving you crazy? I love that some answers are left to your imagination, but 10 years later, I still need to know how that statue got there. Okay.
I like that. Yeah, there is, nothing comes to mind right now, Robert. You know, the Richard thing I thought was clarified for me pretty well in episodes.
I'd say there was definitely a lot of unanswered questions at the end, but none of them were so big for me that it left like a bad taste in my mouth about the show, or stayed on my mind like that I couldn't stop thinking about or anything like that.
Honest to God, Robert, to be honest with you, that last episode sealed the deal for me. I felt like what they gave was ample and sufficient for me, and I loved the ending on this. Questions I might have is the lead up to getting the Lost back in the 70s or the island. I would have more questions about that.
I personally think that the ending reflected this, but the entire show is about letting go, and the ending really showed that and reflected that big time. It is the point of the show is let go. So I think we need to let go of the unanswered questions that sometimes we don't need to know every little answer to every little question.
And for me, that's hard.
So let go,
And I feel like I identify with, more so when I was younger, up till recent years, not letting go was kind of a forte for me. I tend to let things go a little bit more now, just because, is it worth it? Is it,
right?
Maybe that's just not meant for me at this time, or
I can't even tell you how many times I've said that to Steve when something's been bothering him, and I'm like, Steve, stop for a second. Is it worth it?
Right.
And then he'll look at me like, you know what? Yeah, you're right.
Right.
This isn't worth it. So why am I bothering myself with it?
Yeah, yeah. If you, I try to keep things on the up and up and happy. I don't like sad things. I like to change it for people. And sometimes you can't. You just can't make everyone happy all the time. And you got to learn to, let go. And I've done very well with that, I would say, more so in these last couple years.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It's not easy. Never easy, because we always want to retain what we feel we have to fix, and we put it on our plate, and there's some things, relationships, situations, people's actions, you're never going to be able to predict them. You just can't. You can only, guide yourself. So, letting go has become a little bit easier, and, even up to this day, we still have things we have to let go.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not positive, and you have to change that, because if it's not positive for you, it's not working for your life either.
Right.
So, yeah, it definitely a great show, and you can, kind of determine it the way you want to a little bit.
I think that's the beautiful thing about Lost, is it can be interpreted in many different ways.
I feel like we should have elevator music in the back.
Should we? Elevator music?
Yeah.
That would make people happier to have elevator music?
Just to kind of drown out,
the silence.
my sinusy voice.
Oh, jeez.
But anyway,
rice.
As we were going through this, I was kind of going through a couple things. I kind of had an inner ear infection thing kind of going, and yeah. Anyway, it was very, very hard for me at times to, kind of put on that face and sit here while feeling dizzy and headache and toothache but that's all handled now.
Yep.
But it was difficult at times to get through it because I wasn't sure what in the hell was going on with me.
And that probably only exacerbated the confusion at certain points too.
Yeah. Because it had been going on for a while.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where it was,
got really bad.
Yeah, but everything's good.
Really, Blair? He says, is this stream sponsored? By
Yes.
By who? Yeah, it's...
By Scotch.
It's sponsored by... Grunt Style? No, actually, I'm lying. It's not. But it should be because of how much Steve wears their shirts.
I like the shirts because, being a veteran and it's veteran owned, I like the ones that are funny. Obviously, this one isn't funny, but, I have friends in Texas that I love dearly, and I like to wear... When I put it on, I think of them. So, yeah.
Jeremy Asselin, I probably said your name wrong, and I apologize. What is your favorite live by it lost quote? I personally definitely love the quote when Jack says to John Locke / the Man in Black that you disrespect John Locke by wearing his face.
For me...
That is one of my favorite quotes.
No, I do like that.
That I can think of off the top of my head, so...
Mine's so cliche, but I'm using it more now, than ever, is, see you around, brother. Or
see you in another life, brother.
See you on the next reaction, brother. There was a few that I put in there like that. Excuse me.
Ken Gascoigne, I raise money to help veterans. Well,
thank you.
Thank you for that. Yes.
As much as I've been helped out when I was going through tough times, I like to give back myself. So, those are things that are great, especially now.
Toxicity, thank you so much for your super chat. Thoughts on Ukraine and Russia conflict? Yes, thoughts and prayers, obviously, to all of the Ukrainian people, all of the Russian people as well.
Yes.
This is a horrible conflict, and we just want it to be resolved as quickly as possible with
every
as
night,
little life lost as possible.
Every night, me and Lacey has watched the cameras and what's going on because, you know what, this is our world, and anything that affects one affects all. So seeing
all of
families...
these peoples are our brothers and sisters, and, we don't want to see anybody... I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just don't like to see the displacement of families. There's more than just, bullets and bombs. Okay, there's displacement, and then there's people that rely on certain things, medically. I, absolutely do not like it. Even being in the military, I, not for 1 minute would I want to see anyone ever go through that.
No.
And
not for a second.
Ridiculous. And I mean that with very strong words. This is fucking ridiculous. And I hope this ends. But my thoughts and sincere prayers are to everyone involved, because it isn't the poor people that gain the gain anything from this at all. It only makes things worse.
Yeah.
And so I think about that.
Yeah, I do too. I just think about the people and how this is affecting the everyday people in both countries.
Yeah, I was watching a mom that had to leave their daughter off at some point, and they were reunited in another country, maybe Romania.
I think it was Poland. Yeah.
Whatever, doesn't matter. but you know, to see them cry and hug and see them back together was like, thank God. But you know, Dad had to go back. You know.
Think about how many families are being torn apart right now. It's very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouldn't happen. Shouldn't happen.
Shouldn't happen.
We have enough. We have enough to worry about without stuff like this. So.
Thanks for being an awesome reaction duo. It's a nice change of pace to be following you in your journey. What series would you recommend to everyone? No pressure.
Oh,
That's
I can
a
do
good
that.
question.
One of me and Lacey's.
I already know what you're gonna say.
Well, go ahead. You tell them because it's good.
Peaky Blinders.
No.
You weren't gonna say Peaky Blinders?
I love Peaky Blinders. I'm talking off camera on our own.
Oh, off camera that we've watched.
But Peaky, yeah, go watch it.
I was
now.
gonna say, if you haven't seen Peaky Blinders, go watch it right now because it's an amazing show.
Do yourself a favor, go watch it.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I love it. I love that show.
But what were you thinking?
1883.
Okay.
Me and Lacey have watched it. Didn't think that would be something we'd react to.
We've been watching that on our own time. Just me and Steve on our own time. Because we feel like we need to have some things that we just watch just, you know, together on our own time. And that was one that we figured, maybe we can get away with watching this one. So we have been watching 1883, and it's actually been a really amazing.
It's kind of like low tone, but it's got a lot. I'll tell you what.
Beautiful acting moments.
Yes.
And very powerful moments. And great show. I like it. Vicky says, watch Yellowstone if you love 1883. We've heard that many times because we did not know that 1883 was
linked.
Like a prequel, I guess, to Yellowstone. And we've never seen Yellowstone, so we didn't know that. So we'll have to watch Yellowstone at some point. John Spartan says, thank you for your service, Steve.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Helen Wheel.
Wissel,
thank you, John.
101. I have watched you guys from the beginning, every video. I would love to hang with you guys. You are both really cool. Thank you so much. That's really... Come hang out with us because we hang out on Zoom like literally every night.
Believe it or not, you know, from the time that we've met people on Zoom and actually met them in person, this is weird, and I know you're not going to believe this, but when we met them in person and we were nervous, it went off without a hitch. Like literally everyone was pretty much the same as we met them through Zoom. And it was but yeah, I think we're kind of fun to hang out with. I mean, we have a good time.
Most of the time.
It's usually long nights, lots of laughter.
Yep.
And
conversations that go in really crazy places sometimes.
Yes.
Most of the time, actually. But yeah, if you guys want to join us and hang out with us or just talk to us or whatever, anytime, any of you are welcome to come join us.
We can be serious. We can be fun. We can be sentimental. I feel that, and everyone in there as well. I do enjoy that a lot.
I think, yes. Just wanted to make sure. Toxicity, thank you. What did you all think about World Beyond ending? We have actually not seen the final episodes of World Beyond. We are planning on watching the rest of World Beyond in a watch party over on Patreon.
Which is a lot of fun.
Yes, and we keep it open for everybody to chit-chat with us as we're watching, and it's really fun.
We'd love it if you came over there and watched it with us, because like she said, we keep it open, we talk during it and talk after it, and while it's going on, we'll stop and you know, even talk about things, or if someone has a point to bring up, it's fun. It's not over stimulated. It's great conversations.
Trying to scroll slow here. 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42. Favorite numbers in your own life?
You know what? I'm going to tell you a crazy story. And it's the God's honest truth. We started Lost on the 15th anniversary just by chance. The 15th anniversary of Lost coming out is the day that we started. Not by any choice or any,
No, that was totally coincidental.
Yeah.
Totally accidental. Yeah.
So yeah, I do feel like
was it the
a little
15?
bit of fate.
Was it the 15 year or 16 year? It was an anniversary for sure.
15th or 16th.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Some of you could probably.
Robin O'Neill. So, Lacey, what's your guilty pleasure show? It could be one you finished or one that's still ongoing. I actually have quite a few guilty pleasure shows. That maybe, I mean, obviously True Blood that Steve hates and couldn't even get through 18 minutes of episode 1. That was funny, trying to see Steve sit through one episode. He couldn't. Grey's Anatomy is a guilty pleasure show. I love Grey's Anatomy. I love Law and Order SVU. New Girl. The Office. I've got a lot of guilty pleasure shows.
I would say my guilty pleasure for me isn't necessarily shows, but documentaries.
Steve is big on documentaries.
I love to, even stuff can be controversial to me. I like to see, both sides. Yeah. And come up with my own conclusion, and I hope we all do that. But yeah, I do enjoy documentaries big time.
Yeah, and especially historical documentaries Steve likes a lot. True crime documentaries, which I also like a lot, which is another guilty pleasure, anything true crime related.
The only books I really, pull or bought that I actually read through, it's never been science fiction. So science fiction was kind of always something I just never really got into that much until doing reactions.
Yeah.
But true crime books, I definitely read the shit out of those. Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Let's see. I'm excited for Lord of the Rings, Vixter says. Easily my favorite films. We're actually starting Lord of the Rings next weekend. So if you guys want to watch us or join us on our first reaction, because we're going to be watching it live. That'll be next weekend.
Wait. Yeah. I'm nervous and I'm a little bit scared because this is something, people say it's, kind of what inspired Game of Thrones. Don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. But I'm just going from some of the comments I've heard about it. But I'm a little nervous because I hope I can get into it, is what I'm saying. Okay. I really hope I can get into Lord of the Rings because I feel like I'm missing something that's been out, and I know zero characters. I know
a few of the names of the characters and a few of the memeable moments, I guess, that I've seen memes about, but I've never actually seen any of the movies, so it's going to be interesting. And like I've said before, when that movie came out, I can't even remember. I know it was a long time ago. I just kind of put it in this box in my brain that was like...
You sure you haven't seen it?
This is something that I would not be into. And it just never left that box in my brain. So, yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to actually give it a try and see.
See, you guys have had an effect on me and Lacey.
Yeah.
These are shows that we wouldn't have watched. I mean, if we'd have seen it, we'd have told you, because we're not going to spend that amount of time into a show that we've already seen. Just not going to happen. It's kind of like, Star Wars, Darth Vader? What? Come on. That shit, right? All the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using examples.
Yeah.
On the top of my head. But, I mean, yeah, this is going to be a fun journey. I'm looking forward to Lord of the Rings. And of course, we have Marvel coming too. Did get delayed for Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm excited about that. We are caught up on all the Spider-Mans from The actors' names.
The Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans and the Andrew Garfield ones. We are caught up on all those. We watched those in a watch party last month. And so we're all caught up on those. We're just ready for the new one to be made available on a streaming service so that we can watch it with all you guys.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Kitty lovers. Thank you for your super chat. However, I cannot see your message as it's been retracted, but thank you anyway.
Maybe you could send us the message.
I don't know what the message was, but...
Something else... I want to go over some of the questions that we had as well. Maybe add one of those in because I do want to get those. I know Mark had a few questions. There was a couple other ones that were in there.
Toxicity, thank you, says some very credible leakers have said that the last episode of The Walking Dead is 2 hours long. I hope that's true.
Same.
I would not be surprised if that's true, especially with a finale episode. It's probably true. Let's be honest.
Oh, by the way, I do want to put a cap on that. I'm loving what's going on in The Walking Dead right now. That's all I'm going to say. And we'll be watching that crap tomorrow. Not crap. That amazing show tomorrow.
Yeah, don't say crap. Tom Tomato says Steve's reaction to Naked Attraction would be hilarious. We've actually... No, we've seen some in a watch party or like scenario one night. We somebody in one of our mods showed us one episode of Naked Attraction to show us what it was because we were like, "What is this show?"
Oh, I blew my freaking mind.
And we were like,
right.
"What?" So yeah, it was
nail on the head. You know what I did.
It was definitely an experience.
Rachel probably can attest to that.
Yes. Okay, so let's go over some questions that we have here from our patrons. So, Mark asks, for me, can you go over your experience in general? Watching Lost again after so many years. What did you miss the first time that you caught this time? Did you enjoy some things more or less than the first time? Did you like or dislike some characters more or less the second time? As you already watched Lost.
Why don't you take one question at a time? That's a lot of...
Yeah, that's a...
you're reading on and I don't know, I feel like Dora. I remember the first 10 seconds of what you said and then...
Okay. So my experience watching Lost this time has been amazing, I would say, because... I've only seen it one time before, and that was when I was a teenager. And, of course, not as, I guess, observant as I am now, if that's a good way to put it. So I missed a lot of things. A lot of the details I missed. A lot of the connections I missed. So it has been very eye-opening watching it this time around because I did miss so much. As far as the characters, I've always loved certain characters more than others, like Sawyer's character I've always loved. I don't think watching it this time around has made me change my opinions about any of the characters.
Okay.
I'd say I've always had a pretty good grasp on the characters themselves. As you already watched Lost, was there anything that surprised you? If so, what, and what surprised you the most? I know there's been moments during my second rewatch that I've been surprised because I either forgot something or missed it entirely, I guess, or maybe didn't realize what exactly something meant. So yeah, there has been moments where I've been surprised. Okay. I don't know that I could tell you off the top of my head. I may have to go back and actually watch my reactions to some of it to get a good handle on it. But yeah, for Steve, how much are you missing Lost?
When I finished it, and I kind of said, earlier, I felt an accomplishment. I really did. It felt like, I was graduating Losty school. I mean, that's the God's honest truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, do I miss Lost? I'm yearning for something like that again. So to be honest with you, yes. I will rewatch this, and I may watch others' reactions as well, to kind of see where they were at this point. So because I'm really more curious now to see what other people thought as well. So I'll be doing the same thing a little bit. Um, with as busy as we are, carving out time has always been an issue unless, boom, we have a set time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be rewatching a lot of this through other reactors' eyes as well.
Yeah, now that you've gotten more into
So send me some ideas.
Watching some reactions, we don't like to watch a whole lot of other reactors because we're afraid of getting spoiled, like by thumbnails and stuff, so we don't search anything up. But if we get sent links to some stuff that's okay to watch, we will watch it.
Yeah.
And we do love watching other reactions that we've already seen, of course. And to see how other people reacted to the things that, just like you guys watch us, we like to watch other people too.
Yeah, there's certain moments or certain times you want to see what, how people take it, if they took it like you or just didn't get it, like me probably half the time and Lost. But I did enjoy this. What's up?
Ken, I think they are just south of me in Illinois. Well, I don't know where you live in Illinois, but we do live in Illinois.
Yes.
We live about an hour and a half south of Chicago. So, okay, the next question for Steve is, now that you have had some time for the finale to set in, how are you feeling about the show as a whole?
Brilliance.
Yeah, me too. Beautiful, I think.
Like I said, the music, the scenery, the choice of the people they chose to act out these roles, the writing. Yeah, I didn't know where this was going to end up, but I know the journey was absolutely fun.
Yeah.
It made me want to come back every week, every Tuesday and Thursday, and be with everyone and watch it. And I think I'm also speaking as well for Blair, Katie, and Jerry.
Yeah, who also watched it for the first time with us.
Which I am thankful for.
Yeah.
Because it was always fun to kind of throw things in between us. And, like, do you know what happened? I don't know. At least I feel like Blair probably got it a little bit quicker. Because he's a bright young man.
Well, he's also studying filmmaking in school, so.
And he's pretty quick on his feet. Jerry, he's quick-witted too. So, yeah, I had my challenge of going through it, and Katie, she was more along my lines. I like listening to other people kind of talk about it, and I enjoy that. I enjoy talking about Lost or listening to other people talk about Lost. You'd be surprised. The one thing my dad always taught me, if you sit back and listen, you'll learn so much more. Keep your mouth shut and your ears open, you'll learn something, is what he said. But
yeah, exactly.
It's so true, though. It's so true.
Toxicity, thank you, says, have you guys watched Shameless? You should check it out. I have seen Shameless, one of my favorite shows. I think Steve would like that show, but then again, we're kind of trying to steer clear of shows that I've seen for Steve to react to as well. So maybe a watch party situation, we could watch that or something, because I do think Steve would really love that show. I love it. I relate to it.
I haven't watched any one episode, but I have walked in when Lacey was watching it, and it did seem like something, I can't remember what the hell was going on, but it did look interesting to me, and it looked funny, and yeah.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay.
2 hours north of Chicago. So you're about probably.
Near that Wisconsin border?
Yeah. So probably 3 to 3.5 from us then.
Yeah. What are your most memorable moments or episodes from the show?
Well, obviously the very first episode was impactful. The Richard episode, I absolutely loved. It felt like I had struck gold watching that episode. So many moments. That was my favorite. My favorite episode besides the
pilot.
Yeah.
Right.
I would say that's my favorite episode was the Richard episode. The first episode would probably be my second favorite, and then obviously the ending. It's off the charts.
Right.
Good.
Exactly.
Yeah. I am not in any way going to put this show, or give it a bad mark, because it absolutely. Well, it was fun. It was fun to do.
Yeah, I agree. Paul Williams asks, for both of you, the Lost finale is often held up as an example of a bad ending for a television show. It was received poorly at the time, and Lost is still mocked for it today. What are your thoughts on this? Well, we did kind of answer this question earlier.
Unjustified.
That, yeah, I don't think that that's justified. I think a lot of the people that maybe didn't appreciate the ending either didn't understand the ending, or it didn't end how they thought it was going to end. So therefore, it got all the hate. But I think it was a beautiful ending.
Well, the one thing you're not going to do, for me in particular, is beat me over the head with how bad something is until I determine for myself if it was bad.
Right.
In my own opinion.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
I can say I don't like it, but, which, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I really, really liked it. I don't care if people, well, they didn't do this or they didn't do that. And I felt, whatever. Okay, it is what it is. I guess you didn't fucking like it. So it's, like, you know what I mean? I'll listen to it, but it's not going to change my opinion of it. I'm going to determine it on my own. And I loved it.
Exactly.
I would recommend this to everyone to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David.
Excuse my language. Sorry.
David wants to know, where would Lost rank for both Lacey and Steve among the other shows you've seen? A top 10 list, perhaps? I don't know about a top 10 list, if I could go that far.
We couldn't because we haven't
but
finished off. Well, maybe we have. Yeah, we've done more.
I would say Lost for me definitely falls in my top 5. I would say Game of Thrones is number 1 for me. I know The Walking Dead hasn't ended yet, and it's kind of hard to judge when it hasn't ended yet, but it's still kind of on my second spot for me.
Okay.
And then third would probably be Lost. And then, let's see, what else? I don't know. I don't know that I could go any further right now off the top of my head without really thinking about that question, about going any further than my top 3.
All right.
Okay.
So for me, Game of Thrones was my number 1.
Okay.
So with that being said, Lost did hit that. Because I felt everything about it and how they ended it was perfection to me.
Okay.
Game of Thrones did have that, but there was a little bit of, and I think I got caught in that. And that was my opinion. I did enjoy it. I just felt like I needed more, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I felt like there was something missing in that end.
Right.
Okay. Whereas I didn't feel that way in Lost. Lost definitely number one. Game of Thrones definitely number two.
I might have to move Lost to number 2,
Really?
only because The Walking Dead hasn't ended yet. I need to judge it based on how it ends too. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Number 3 for me
Okay.
would definitely be Peaky Blinders right now. I really enjoy that. Number 4 would be Breaking Bad.
Not all the shows that we've watched have ended yet either, so that's
true.
why I don't
having a
like
hard
judging
time.
a show as
We
a
have
whole.
so many ongoing
Right.
that's coming back as well.
And Peaky Blinders isn't even finished yet. And Better
You
Call
know,
Saul isn't finished
Stranger
yet.
Things, is
Right.
coming back, and there's so many, The Walking Dead. I'm not even going to mention that one because I don't know where, like Lacey said, how this ends is going to,
It's-
overall, I've enjoyed it, and it's going to come up quite a bit. I don't know if it'll hit the Lost feeling I have, but we'll see. We will see.
We'll have to see about The Walking Dead.
I can be an open door if that hits me the way Lost hit me and can take me to a place that I'm not typically always comfortable with. I kind of like that.
Pressure's on Walking Dead.
Yeah.
You want to be my number 2 spot, or do you want to be my number 3 spot?
Or do you want to be number 1?
Or number 1, because
It's up to you.
it's all about the ending.
It's up to you.
Just saying. Okay. Just seeing if anybody else had anything to say.
And sorry, we get off on these tangents sometimes. Pull us back in, people. Put
Yep,
some,
he did. Yeah, let's see. Steve put it at number 1, and he
Uh,
did. So
What about the 100? I did see that. I did want to mention that that's one of the ones we still have ongoing.
yep,
I
not
won't
finished
know.
with it yet.
I'm really liking this last season of the 100. So we'll have to see where that lands in my scope. You know what I mean? Right now, I don't want to mention it because obviously I want to do it when we're finished. And I know Peaky Blinders isn't done, but I'm going to tell you right now, I can already put it there because, wow, you just need to go watch it, man. It's so good. It really is.
Well, that's why I was like debating on going any further, because I was going to put Peaky Blinders at number 4, but then I was like, wait, that show's not done yet either. So, yeah, we're going to have to wait until we
Mm-hmm.
we got one more season left of Peaky. We got one more Better Call Saul, because Better Call Saul is going to go on my list too.
Yeah, and then, on the bottom of the list is definitely Jordan Drake mentioned in the comments. True Blood is on the bottom. I made it 18 minutes into the episode, I said, that's it.
He's like, nope, I can't do it. I can't
Too
watch
freaking
anymore.
dizzy for this. Can't do it.
Let's see. Joseph Gray, I have a question. How long do you think Hurley was the protector of the island? A few years, hundreds of years, more? I mean, my guess is that Jacob was the protector of the island for a very long time.
Until.
So my guess is probably a very long time. Probably hundreds of years, I'd say.
Wow, that's a stumper of a question, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Probably for a long time, yeah.
I don't want to answer that because I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's been that long.
Well,
Hurley.
Yeah. How long do you think that he stayed protector of the island? Do you think longer than Jacob? Shorter than Jacob? Obviously longer than Jack, because Jack was only protector for like 5 minutes.
Well, things happen. I don't know.
I think he was probably... I think that Hurley would make a much better protector than Jacob did, to be honest, because Jacob was just kind of doing what he could with what he knew. You know, he didn't really know very much. I think Hurley, it probably ended up being the protector for even longer than Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. Was the job for Walt to be protector? If so, Hurley wasn't protector very long. That's a good point, Jordan.
Pardon me.
Was that part of Walt? Was he supposed to be the next protector? I don't know. I mean, we really don't know what Walt's role is in all of this, so other than he plays a role.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite characters definitely in this. I know that was one of the questions. Some of your favorite characters of the show. You know, I found, you know, Jack. You know, I could name the obvious ones. Jack, Locke, Kate. Definitely is up there. Hurley, when this was said and done, definitely, you know, pole vaulted
Yeah.
over the wall. He would have been my, you know, one of my favorite characters.
Okay.
I found Kate very interesting because of her backstory, and not so much the drama between Sawyer and, you know, Jack. Whatever. It's, you know, I know a lot of people didn't like, you know, that little.
That little, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, her story, if you look at the whole thing, is, you know, to see where she came from and where did she go, was incredible.
I agree with that. I also agree that
Richard.
Hurley, Richard. I agree with Hurley being one of my favorite characters. I would say Sawyer is also one of my favorite characters.
Yes.
I really appreciate Juliet's character. I enjoyed her character. I know Steve didn't for a long time because he never knew whether to trust her or not and all that. And Ben's character, I really love.
Yeah. For long.
There's so many, you know, Desmond, because he was always such a mystery to me, and like what makes him so special. And
Jerry's favorite character.
Yeah, Desmond. One of my favorite characters. But yeah, some people didn't like his character, but I loved it. So
Yeah.
you know. So those are some of mine, but.
Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Yep,
Where
Wendy.
did you come
You knew it.
from? Where did
You knew it.
go?
It's pretty bad when people on Zoom can finish my thoughts now. Wendy has done it. Just there. Just happened.
I believe you. How many episodes in did you feel you were watching something special for the first time?
First episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite quickly, I knew I was in for something pretty special from that first episode.
Yeah.
If they don't catch you in that first episode, I don't know. You know, I don't know. And like you said, you even said in the video, you know, would I have finished this had it been years ago? I don't think so. I probably would have got into the middle of them and been like, you know what? Whatever, you know.
There's a lot going on here, and I don't know. I don't understand any of it.
Right.
Yeah.
But the first episode, that's where it hooked me, and thank God it did too.
Circuit says, I really want to know your thoughts on Vikings because it's top 3 for me, but it seems you don't rate it so highly. Vikings, I actually really loved that show, Vikings. The only reason we stopped watching it or stopped reacting to it was because our ratings for our reactions was like super low. We weren't getting hardly any views on it. So I don't know if it was just the wrong time for us to react to that show, or people weren't liking our reactions. Or I don't know. But I really definitely loved that show. And we never finished it, so I don't know about, I can't put it on my list when I haven't finished it.
Yeah, it's something we haven't gotten back to, I think, secretly, because we keep thinking that we might get, you know, that might be something we want to still see, and I think we secretly in our head just don't talk about it because we did enjoy the show. So we're in agreement with you, not denying that at all. It was a great, we loved it. Yeah, nothing bad to say about Vikings whatsoever, other than we just didn't have much of a following on that. And when you put so much, time and effort in editing, you got to make sure it's what everyone wants to kind of see too. So
John Locke is in the comments. Not sure if you ever see this, but since the finale, I have continued to have dreams where the show keeps going. I wake up sad knowing that the episodes I dream of will never occur.
wow.
It's quite the imagination your brain has, and
I wish I had dreams
I
like
wish
that.
I had dreams like that you could just continue on with whatever show that you want in your own brain, and,
Right.
and just your dreams are just a constant continuation of a show. That would be awesome. I wish I had that special power.
Well, no,
How can I do that?
You
Tell
have
me.
woke up and told me about dreams you had being a zombie.
Well, yeah, I've had dreams about,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
But that's
How
not a
cool is that?
continuation of a show, you know what I mean? But yeah, I get what you mean.
I make my own shows in my head in my dreams.
Yes.
I'm always having to freaking beat up on something that's attacking me, and I can't kill it because apparently it's like,
Maybe that's,
and I wake up and I have to get a drink, and I'm like, God, what can I do in this next part of my dream?
maybe that's part of your deep-seated fears.
No,
No.
no.
Dreams mean something, Steve.
Oh God. Maybe if there's a dream person in here, we can talk because I'd like to know.
Yeah. Austin Hero says, every time I rewatch Lost, I pick up on things I hadn't realized before. Everything is connected. We are constantly being reminded in our discussions after every episode of, like, look at all these connections, look at all these things that we missed during the actual episode. And there's so many that you could probably watch this show 100 times and still miss things. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's definitely one of them shows you can rewatch and rewatch and rewatch, and it be a new experience each time.
Somehow I believe that. I did want to give it a little bit of time before I dove back into Lost just to kind of let it simmer. And, it's not that I'm going to forget that ending and some episodes in particular, but there is a lot of them that I feel definitely contribute to the ending. So it's definitely on my list of things to do and will do is watch it again. I will watch it. And like I said, through other reactors as well. What?
Jeremy says, if you could name a dog from Lost characters, which would it be and why would it be Hurley?
Really? You're making me name him Hurley?
No, I just want to point out, Jeremy, that while we were watching Lost, we actually got a new dog. We ended up naming him Milo. But one of my suggestions, because we let our kids name him, but one of my suggestions was actually Sawyer, not Hurley. And yeah, my kids did not like that choice, so
He's huge.
he's a big boy.
Yeah.
He's a big boy now, but when we got him, he was tiny, but he's like
bigger
than me now.
He's a big,
for
long-haired German Shepherd. Very, very
sure.
big.
Huge.
Aren't you, Milo?
I would have loved the name Sawyer for Milo, but my kids were like, no.
I'd have named him John Locke.
John Locke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a good name.
Well, because he's he's black. He could be the black.
Oh, the man in black.
Yeah.
He can be the dog in black.
No, I'm talking about the smog or
the black smoke.
Yeah, that's what I was.
He can be
referring
the
to.
black smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rachel, Lord of the Rings is coming.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Is anyone else excited about that? I mean, no spoilers, obviously, and we do have mods in here, but is Lord of the Rings like something that you guys find, maybe you haven't seen it either. And if so, come join us. But the other thing is it all it's made up to be? Is it as good as
what are your guys' opinions about Lord of the Rings? And are you excited to see our reactions to it? Because we're getting ready to watch it next weekend. And
I'm a little nervous.
I'm nervous. Wendy, sure, I guess. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Eric Kenny, is there a place for non-patrons can send you an email about Lost, and would you read it? We have an email address that's in our About section on our YouTube page. It's just duoreacts1@gmail.com. I do check that, so
All the
you
time.
can send it to that.
Yeah.
Yep. It's in the About section.
Yeah, go check that out and send it. We love to hear from you guys all the time.
I mean, I'm seeing really positive things in the comments here about
What do you
Lord
got?
of the Rings. It's great. Excited to watch it with you guys. It's more awesome than we think. It's the greatest movie trilogy ever. So, yes, there's a lot
Okay.
of good things. Tom Tomato says, I'm not a fan personally. Well, thank you for your opinion.
It's
We know
fine.
that everybody's going to have different opinions.
Charlie is in Lord of the Rings?
I did know that. I had
Huh.
heard that before, that he
Awesome.
was in Lord of the Rings.
That was from Ponyboy Curtis. Okay.
Charmed Original says, Steve and Lacey, I've got a new airplane crashed. Oh, it's Lacey and Steve, by the way.
Ron.
Airplane crashed drama for you. Oh, Yellow Jackets. We've heard about Yellow Jackets, and
You had it right the first time.
we're holding off on watching that too, because that is something that we may want to react to. So we don't know.
We've had some clamor over in our Zoom about that show. So, be honest with you, hold on to that thought. That could happen.
It could. Let's see.
What are your jobs outside of YouTube? Just curious. You know what? I'm happy to say I'm retired. I now spend my time with my wife doing this and taking care of everything around here. We were at a point in my life where I want to enjoy this last half and work very hard to get to that point. So I'm very happy to be here with her and see my kids, do things. Not everybody can do that, and I'm blessed in that respect. Yeah. So before that, I worked at State Farm. Don't care. Yeah. I miss it. We both did. And
State Farm Corporate, and we
and
worked
I enjoyed
there.
it. I enjoyed the people.
Good times. Good times at
Not
State
so much
Farm.
my boss. I hope you see that. But anyway.
Not my boss. My boss was
Yeah,
great.
you had a cool
I had a
boss.
greatest boss.
Mine,
so.
I think I just reminded her of her ex-husband or something, and she was like, "I'm fucking like you." Loved everybody else, hated me.
I
Don't know why.
worked at State Farm up
I'm a
until
funny guy.
like maybe like a year after we started this channel or something like that. Something like that. I can't remember exactly. Where editing is so time consuming, and everything that I stepped down from my job to edit full time and to do this full time, whereas Steve was still working for a while. And then, so we're both doing this now. But before that, we were at State Farm Corporate.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Yeah.
Jordan Drake says, don't lie, Steve. You play Call of Duty all day.
Damn right I do, buddy. And I'm pretty good at it
Yep.
now. Getting
Yep.
better.
Let's see.
And someone did ask earlier, if I plan on doing some gaming. It is something I've been thinking about a lot more because I do enjoy doing stuff with other people. But that's the only way I'll do it. I don't see myself ever just hopping on and doing one by myself because it's weird for me. I'm not saying for other. Some people can do it naturally, but I react better with other people involved with me. when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But absolutely, I have been thinking about it. Would love to do it with, do it live, unscripted, just go for it, play, games. So yes, I did see that comment a long time ago, and I've been thinking about it ever since. But and have been thinking about it off
Right.
camera. Sorry.
Mortis says my aunt and uncle both worked at State Farm in Bloomington. Well, that's where we work. So.
And the thing of it is, we
Bloomington.
may have walked past them.
May have.
But
never know.
You don't get to know everyone there because it's
a huge place. It's multiple complexes, thousands upon thousands of employees. So, yeah, there's the corporate building, and then there's like 2 other different.
You can work there your whole life
just
and not know everyone there.
Let's see. Congrats on the Lost reactions. Thank you, Cram Dion. It was, fun times. We both love Lost so much. It's bittersweet to be ending with Lost. It's good because finally we're at the end, and finally we get, you get to see the beautiful ending, and you get to finally understand everything.
Mm-hmm.
But bitter in the sense that, well, it's done now. But we also get to start a new show, Ozark.
I'm excited about that. That first episode, we did watch it. That was part of our thing that we did. We watched Pilot Night. That was fun. In the future, we may have to do something like that again. But that was a lot of fun to watch. 6 different shows. The very first episode, recorded them all. They're ready. So but the shows we did watch, every one of them was good. Just to kind of surfaced a little bit more for both Lacey and I. And that was Westworld and Ozark.
Yes. Yeah,
but the other ones were really, really good, and we're going to react to those. So
at some point, those are just the 2 that were both number 1 and number 2 on our personal list.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're both going to be really great shows. They seem like they're going to be really great shows. So
yeah. I was talking to Zach today about, no spoilers, but he said, are you thinking about watching Ozark? And I said, well, actually, that's our next show. And he goes, Dad, you're going to frickin' love that.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Circuit said my 3 favorite actors are Lenny James, Morgan in The Walking Dead, Charles Dance, Tywin in Game of Thrones, and Lena Headey, Cersei. What about you? I mean, those are some 3 good choices. I mean, Lenny James, he is amazing, and he did give one of the most powerful performances in The Walking Dead that I still remember to this day from the Clear episode. An amazing actor.
You got that? I gotta use it.
Okay.
When you get older, your bladder gets a little,
My bad.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
1 second.
Now, our
Jane Lacey.
3 actors from 3 shows that we've watched, or just actors in general, I guess is the question, because, oh gosh, there's so many, I don't even know how I don't know. Cram Dion, excited to watch and react to Ozark with you as well. There is so much amazing content out there and not enough time to enjoy it all. I agree 100%, Cram Dion, because we're constantly we get all these comments about all these different shows to watch, and there's not enough hours in a day to watch everything that we want to watch, and so many great shows. So Ozark is definitely one of Netflix's best shows. Okay. I've heard great things about Ozark, and I'm so super excited to get into Ozark. We've seen the pilot episode, and we were both blown away by it, so I can only imagine it gets so much better. Lenny James is underrated, but I don't know that I'd call Lenny James an underrated show. Cordy Manor, however you say your name, because he's not a show, he's a person. But yeah. If you haven't, pull up a Google search of a high-quality image of the hatch blast door map. There's tons of little details worth checking out now that you've seen the whole show.
Well,
I think we have seen that. I think in one of our Zooms after we watched that episode, we did pull up something.
what I found.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I'm going to show you something here. I hope it shows up on camera, but I just was walking by and I found this. This is when I was actually in the service and someone made buttons apparently when I was over, because I had a yellow ribbon around it, but that was...
You gotta cover up your face so it focuses in on the pin.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't get it. You do it. I don't know how to do it. Yeah, that was... Steve is...
Yeah, it's not... Wait, hold on. There it goes. There it's focused.
That's what that turned into.
That's Steve is a little, you know...
I'd share it with you. Yeah.
Let's see.
I think I was the only one that smiled. And you want to know why?
Have we watched the Star
You don't
Wars
wanna lie.
movies?
Yeah, right? Yeah. My oldest son looks, quite a
Almost
bit like me.
exactly like him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will we ever be reacting to Community? I doubt it, to be honest.
Some things I do want to try on the channel, and we're always open to suggestions, so please always send those as well. Is watching a random order of a show and try and put it together. I think that would be fun, and I would like to try videos and sometimes try not to laugh videos. I think that would be really fun because you love that kind of stuff. And I think it would be a lot of fun for both you and I, and as well as everybody else too. I mean, our group,
I feel like I would not do very good at that because I would laugh at
that's
everything.
the point. That's the freaking point, Lacey. I mean, I think you would enjoy it. Well, the point is
try not to laugh, but I would just be laughing the whole time.
Then you lose.
I would lose every time.
Yeah. Something I definitely want to implement at some point. I would love to do that.
Well, I guess it has been about an hour and a half.
Well, I do want to answer Charmed Original. I did see this twice. Steve, will you check out the Lost video game Lost via Domas?
Domus?
I don't know if I said that right.
I don't know.
Don't know what that game is, Charmed, but I'll tell you what. I'd be willing to check it out for sure. I'm not going to lie to you. If you ever want a game with me on COD or any of us, if you are on PS5 or PS4, no tomfoolery. Go over there. I'm your friend. I am your friend. So.
It's all one word. No tomfoolery.
No tomfoolery. Just the way it's spelled. So you can always add me there. It is cross-play, so Xbox and PS4, 5 are also available to play that. I have a fun thing I do. I like to play Infected and Prop Hunt. Don't know why, but I do. I kind of have fun hiding from people, and then
Steve loves his Prop
I do.
Hunt.
I have my little things that I like to do, and that's definitely one of them. I've gotten away. I still play sports games every once in a while, but not like I used to.
Not like you used to.
Now it's more, like my show's becoming more diverse in what I like to watch. So, like I said, Lord of the Rings is definitely something, I'm nervous about, but excited about.
Yeah.
And I hope that I get to see you all there and get to discuss it and absolutely immerse myself in it, because that's what me and Lacey are going to do. We're going in with an open mind again and immerse ourselves into it, and we'll see it through. So,
yep.
Excited about that. Right, Rachel? Yeah, because I fail. I'll jump in midair and lock, and then they'll just, yeah. And they're like, that's a terrible place. And there's times I pull it off, and I'm like, yeah, yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yep. Getting good. I'm getting okay at it.
Um, Austin Hero, I commend you guys for being able to watch so many different shows at once. I'd never be able to, just one show at a time for me, or else I forget things. Yeah, for me personally, I like to watch multiple different shows at once because I get too bored if it's just one show over and over and over
I can't
again.
imagine doing it different. I do get what you're saying
Yeah,
because before I would have said, why are we watching this when we haven't finished that?
it
I
can be a
get it.
lot to
I get it.
remember.
But it's not.
It's not too bad though. Yeah, we keep it. We
Think of it
used
in
to
your
watch a
mind.
lot more, but we've cut it down to about
If
five
you
or six
think of it in
shows.
your mind, like what we're doing with The Walking Dead right now, we have to wait every week, like you. Um, we watch a little bit of that last episode. Get yourself refamiliarized, and then it's kind of fun to have that little bit of try three shows. Where you watch one and pick a certain day or whatever. It's I like that. I like the build up because it gets me excited to get back to it. I guess that's the way I look at it. I
Yeah.
get excited to get back into like a Bates Motel or back into the 100, and oh God, here we are with Fear again. Um, so once again, I want to reiterate, Fear of the Walking Dead is being filmed. We're on episode 4 of season 3, and my thoughts on that, incredible. That last episode was so good. Go back and watch it. It's if you've already watched it, that episode was really
was
good.
really
It was a
good.
Daniel episode, and love it, love it.
I'm seeing a few comments in here about The Good Place. I have heard of The Good Place. I believe maybe it was Rachel or somebody in the Zoom meeting brought up A Good Place that we might watch that in a watch party situation, but we have not seen it yet. So, and we haven't set anything in stone around
Guys, I'm going to say this, because I know we're going to be getting off here soon, and we'll be going over to Zoom to kind of chit chat with everybody. I do want to say thank you to everyone over, on Zoom that gives us such good feedback on shows to watch, and you know who you are. It's every one of you. We watch sometimes spur of the moment. Hey, just the other night, for your birthday too. She picked 2 movies.
Set It Off and Girls Trip.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I liked it.
Yeah, they were good movies.
So they're really good. And we watched some last night. Every night we're watching, something. So if you're bored, and let's say you don't have anything, come over and talk with us. Come over and watch a movie. We keep it open. You don't have to talk if you're not comfortable at first, but we'll get you to talk. We'll get you. Ask James. James tried to hide from me
Ask
for a year,
everybody.
and I was like, "Okay, dude, it's time to show."
Is that what you were?
No.
Yeah.
But he knows. He loves it now.
Grimmy says, I don't know if you played the Last of Us zombie game. HBO is making it a TV show starring 2 Game of Thrones actors. Do you have plans on watching it? Plans on watching it? Yes, we do. We will be watching the Last of Us show when it comes out. I played the first game when it came out, and a little bit of the second
Lacey's
game.
a little gamer too.
I play a lot of computer games, though, mostly. I do play some on the PS5, but most of it is computer games. But yeah, we will be watching that series when it comes out.
Yeah. Yeah,
That'll be a top priority. Let's put it that way.
I will be honest with you, and this is from me to you. Everything we've ever done, and in this channel as well, I've always enjoyed. So it's like doing your favorite thing with your best friend all the time, and I do enjoy it. We have a unique marriage and friendship, and just Some people can't stand to be in the house. It's not that way with us. We enjoy our time together, and for me, it's been a lot of fun doing these.
I
And
agree.
I'm looking forward to this year in particular, with so many shows coming back. I'm excited about. I know you are.
Very.
A lot of work ahead, but a lot of fun this year. So, that being said, I'm looking forward to it. I hope you all can come and join us. We'd love to have you. Have you in there talking with us, get to know people. These
Yeah.
are great shows and great ways to meet new people from all over. It's enhanced my views on so much, especially Ireland.
Shots fired, Wendy.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
And everywhere is Edinburgh.
Everywhere is Edinburgh. That's just obvious. I
Yeah.
mean, to everybody at this point, you guys should know that everywhere,
You'd be in New York City.
everywhere
it might be
is Edinburgh. It doesn't matter where it is. It's Edinburgh. So, let's see. I have to say, you guys became my friends during the pandemic.
Thank you.
Through your reactions. I've enjoyed coming home from work and checking in with you. Thank you, Eric. Come join us in Zoom.
I've watched other reactors and reactions, and the one thing about us is we're just like you. We don't look at any of this as anything else other than we add to friendships and relationships through here. It's really nice to hear those words.
It's like we're watching all these shows with a group of friends.
Yeah, and that's exactly,
Yeah.
we're not, too big to where we're going to ignore you. If you have an issue or something you ever want to talk about, we're always here, aren't we?
Wendy said, say it
guys
again. I dare you.
Well, I'm not going down that road again.
Okay, what was the question? I'm sorry.
There wasn't a question. It was, nothing. You have to watch it again.
Sorry, selective hearing was in place at
Trust
the
me,
moment.
I do that a lot during these reaction videos.
Yes.
You know it too.
Yes.
When she's talking, there's times I'm so glued. I'm like, what? What'd you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do the same thing with you. Like, you're looking at me and I'm like, what? Like, I'm just so focused.
Right.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of fun with it. So, yeah, definitely do this. These are good times to spend with, especially, during the time that we're going through, and it's getting better. These are fun things to do with your significant other. Is simply sit down and watch a show and have these conversations and have fun with it. It's a lot of fun. Or come join us on Zoom. Like I said, we're no different than you. We just like
Chit-chatting. We like
to get to know new people and their views, and we don't hold any. I'm probably as open-minded as you get, and I think she is too.
Oh, definitely.
May not agree on everything, but we respect it too. So, or we try to.
Yes, I agree. I mean, even me and you don't always agree on everything.
Hell no.
But we respect each other, nonetheless. Thanks for being awesome and a good reference for what series to follow next. Oh, well, thank you.
And the other thing is, we get these a lot of times in these. I know I keep bringing it up, but when you spend so many hours in there, you find so many good shows and so many worthwhile watches that you're like, thank you. And some of them you're like, because we do watch ones that we roast as well. And those are fun. Those are a different kind of vibe night.
Those are like when we're feeling goofy and we're all just in a really giggly mood and we all just really want to laugh at something. We'll watch just really cringy movies too.
Very.
Just to make fun of them, just to be like, what is that?
Yeah. But we love it.
Oh, but with all of that being said,
Ken, nice to meet you as well.
Yeah, everybody that we've shouted out today and anybody that we missed, I apologize. This chat sometimes gets to going so fast that I miss things sometimes,
If
and
we
I
did,
miss
don't
questions.
be upset. Because we could, sometimes we get to talk and we look over and it's already changed or whatever. We definitely enjoy all of you and absolutely adore that you watch our channel.
Yeah.
You bring a lot of happiness to our lives, and we wouldn't be doing this. Well, I can't say that because we do enjoy doing it. This wasn't supposed to be where it is today, but because of the friendships and the support that you guys give us, it's so overwhelming that we love doing it with you guys.
Yeah.
So thank you. This is about us.
Yeah.
All of us, and I just want to reiterate that. Thank you.
Thank you for not butchering my last name. Well, I thought I did, so you're welcome.
You know, and Ken, I used to work with a last name that had the same as you as well. Made him be relation. I won't say the name because obviously, you know, but yeah, if you message me, I'll see if you're related. I used to work with a gas coin before.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea as to when you will be? We will start reacting to Ozark. I do actually.
Oh yeah, tell him.
I do know that. We've actually already seen episode 1. Episode 1 is available on our Patreon right now. We will be starting episode 2 on Tuesday. So, episode 2 we will be watching live on Tuesday. Episode 3 on Thursday.
When does the first one go up on YouTube? Tuesday? Or how do you?
No. We'll be watching it on Tuesday. So it can't go up on Tuesday.
Yeah, but episode 1 that we've already watched.
Next,
See what I'm doing?
Next week. Not this week, but next week. So in a week. Yeah.
All right.
I warned everybody that there's going to be a week or 2 time in between when we end Lost and when we start Ozark. There's going to be a week or 2 on the YouTube schedule, and most people knew
I'm
that.
ready to get back at it. I mean, you know, I'm ready to get in these journeys, man.
Well, Tuesday we're watching it again.
Let's hurry it up here, hon.
We can only edit so fast.
I ain't getting any younger. I'm only getting older as we're sitting here.
But yeah, I think that we will go ahead and close down this live stream. But we do definitely appreciate each and every one of you for sticking it through all of Lost with us, for being here tonight and chatting with us about it. We're not done yet, though. We are going to continue this conversation in our Zoom. If you're interested in joining us over there, where it'll be a little bit more intimate, a few less people, you can join our Zoom via our Patreon page. We will open it up probably for most people tonight, so if you want to come over, you can be any tier and join tonight. So yeah, we hope to see you guys there, and of course for Lord of the Rings, which is coming next weekend.
Dude, I'm excited.
Ozark next
Lacey,
week.
I am excited about that. Scared, like I said, scared, but very excited. More excited than scared.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and we hope you guys all have an amazing and awesome day.
Hope amazing happens to you. Until next time, when we go live. Peace out. That sounded weird.
Sounded weird?